Oh, hello there. It's nice to see a friendly face out here for once. Not too often people come visit this side of the woods. Well, of course. Not many people bother to trek down walking trails without them having some form of groomed bush or manicured gardens anywhere. Especially when at the end of it is nothing but a boring old lumber mill run by a few sweaty, sawdust-covered souls. Don't tell them I said that, though. I would imagine you must be lost or something, eh? No, just up here for a hike? Well, allow me to be the first to commend you on your adventurous spirit. You know, many people talk about wanting to see the beauty of nature, but don't bother putting in the effort to go out and pay her a visit. They stick to postcards and nature magazines and paintings to satisfy their inquisitive little minds. However, only the trailblazers who go off the beaten urban path will find what the world truly has to offer in its quieter corners. Please pardon my poeticism, though, as it is bad advice to suggest that you should wander away from a trail. Thorns can be pulled and ticks can be removed, but getting lost is always an adventurer's biggest threat. Well, except for maybe wolves and mama bears, though. Don't want to mess with those, either. I can tell you're smart enough to know better. The name's Kit, by the way. Lovely to meet ya. Rather than chatter around here, I can show you around the grounds if you'd like. Get to see what it's like in the thicker bush. Sure, it's not a problem at all. I still gotta work around here, don't you know? Plus, it'll be safer. So long as you pay attention around you, you should always be able to see one of the guys about, so you can't get too lost without someone around to help you. You seem to be a bit intimidated. Is it the axe? Don't worry, it's in good hands. Falling trees tend to do more damage, but just don't stand where I warn you and it'll be a good time. Speaking of, just give a sec, eh? Hey, Gus. Yeah, I've got a visitor. You got an extra vest? They should be good with me. We'll just be knocking down some of the sick ones. Save us a 2-4 for after, huh? You drink it all with Rodney and you're going in the brook tomorrow. Sorry about the wait there, I just had to grab this for my buddy. If you want to come in with me, I'll just have to ask you to put on the orange vest. It's thin though, so don't worry, it shouldn't be too hot. It just gives enough visibility so that people can see you before knocking things down. So, I don't imagine this is your first time hiking, yeah? Where else you been? Oh, neat. I've yet to go up in the mountains here yet. It's not the safest there anyway, but also I'm not as fit for going up and down them as I used to be. All the guys here are strong, capable men, but strength doesn't always mean you're gonna look like a gym model. Beer on the weekends is enough to keep a gut going. Better to be strong-willed than strong-hearted anyways. Gets you through the curveballs. I never get tired of the fresh air here, especially after the rain. Here's where I'm working though for today. Bit of a mixed canopy for sure. Elm, aspen, the odd birch here and there. Just take a listen to that. Beautiful. So, the reason why I'm going a bit lighter on the tools today is that we've had a bit of a bug pass through. Some of the younger oak got sick, and we're looking at knocking them down before the bug spreads elsewhere. Yeah, it's a bit of a nasty disease. That's why we started planting bay laurel around to try and slow down the spread. But once the tree's sick, there's just not much more we can do. Take a look here. See how these trees have these kinds of lesions and growths on them? Well, this is unfortunately the uglier side of nature. And once they start oozing this brown stuff, for fear of that spreading, we gotta take it out. Shouldn't take super long though, just a few good whacks. Be sure to stand back though all the same, and just watch which way it falls, just in case. Yep. These trees shouldn't take that long to cut down. They're only about 8 years old on average. Young little fellas. While we do try to replant for all the trees we cut down, it's Always a shame for something like this where they gotta be cut down so prematurely and disposed of. It really does seem like a waste, doesn't it? But these trees still got to see the world for a good time, even if not a long time. They serve their purposes for birds to perch on, bugs to feed on their leaves, and little homes here and there. And look, even if we knock them down, all these little seeds will still be left behind. Some will feed the animals, and others will take this one's place. Even the shortest of lives have an impact on the world. You can never be truly forgotten, 'cause you're never really gone. Feel free to wander a bit, by the way. Just try not to walk in the direction I'm swinging, and stay close enough that you can always see my orange. Actually, I gotta go a bit deeper anyways. There's a bit of a clearing where the river runs through. It's just a bit further this way. Oh, shh. Look over there. See the deer? Try not to make any noise. She's not moving at all. I think she must have seen us. Take some photos if you want. Beautiful things. Wouldn't pet him, though. Alright, we gotta get back to it. Here's the little clearing I was talking about. The mossy ground here is quite nice and soft. Sometimes I'll even just sit here when I'm having lunch. You might even be able to see some little trout swimming by where the water's calmer. Anywho, I just gotta take a look here for a moment to see what's infected and what isn't. Oh, let's see. Okay, no. It's just a regular growth. This one looks like it's got something, but it's not what I'm looking for, so we don't have to worry about it yet. These ones are clear. It seems like all the oaks around here are doing alright. And I think, now that we're at a good stopping point, it's about time for my break anyways. After this, I'll just drag the ones already felled back to the mill, and then the guys and I will worry about the stumps later. Sorry we had to stick to this sort of area, though. I was hoping to show you a bit more of the woods and let you wander around a bit more. But on the plus side, you did get to see some pretty sights, eh? I'll be here for the next little while if you just want to soak up the scenery. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just doing a bit of whittling. It's just kind of a hobby of mine. Oh yeah, my grandfather taught me how to wood carve years ago. It's not as difficult as people make it out to be. The hardest part is just bothering to try and having patience with it. I normally just do this at home where it's easier to control the wood and the tools, but right now I just gotta carve in the smaller details on this piece. I'm just working on a little project for my daughter, making her a little duck. I doubt it'll float in her bath unless I hollow it out, but at least the water won't hurt it. Then again, I sometimes wonder if she'd even want something like this. Kids sometimes don't realize a parent's love until they're older. But then again, maybe giving my pretty princess a brown paperweight might be a misstep on my part. You think so? Huh. Maybe I will give it to her then. Hold up. Here. It's a simple little thing, but I want you to have it. It's just a simple cord with an engraved wooden charm. Nothing big. It's supposed to be a bear claw. Nothing fancy, but it might give you a cool look if you want it. Something for maybe the beach in the summertime, I don't know. Hey, it's nothing. Think of it as a thanks for joining me on this little walk in the woods. I do hope that you enjoyed the scene as much as I do on a regular basis. It'd be real nice seeing more people want to explore the world a little more. Even if just to get an appreciation for things, you know? Things that we normally take for granted because we assume they'll always be there. Well, in any case, I understand you probably gotta be heading back soon anyways. I'll show you back to the main trail. It was a pleasure, by the way. If you ever happen to be in this neck of the woods again, feel free to stop by. Maybe I'll even give you a job here if you ever need. Well, let me take your vest back inside. You have a good one, eh? Alright. You too. Stay safe.